like a Friday night on the weekend. I feel blessed.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you're new, I film hygiene, fragrance, and lifestyle related videos. So if that's something you're into, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the top 10 perfumes that I am going to be wearing this spring. Now, I have a little secret. It is actually 11. But one of them is an EDT, and if you watched my video where I hauled this perfume and I was fooled into thinking that it was actually a perfume and not the EDT version, the bottle is ugly. It makes me angry, but you know what I'm talking about. Definitely will see it in this video, but here are the top 10 plus 1 perfumes I am going to be wearing this spring. So the first perfume we have here, this is Kate Spade TWIRL. So this is a perfume that I actually blind bought from, I believe, either Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and I had never tried this perfume before, but by the notes I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. So this has notes of watermelon, red currant, blackberry, magnolia, African orange flower, tiare flower, jasmine, sweet notes, and musk. So by the notes, I felt like that I would really enjoy this, and I've seen a lot of people talking about how like fruity and juicy this was, but I will say is this perfume is not what I thought it would be. At first I was actually going to return this perfume because it definitely wasn't giving me that juicy watermelon that I thought it would be giving, but once I really just like got used to it and smelled it on my skin, it kind of gave me like a sophisticated fruity type of scent. It's nothing that's like really, you know, just like fun and girly. It's kind of like a little more businessy, but I can see this wearing on a casual day as well. But it kind of gives me like a little more of an elevated fruity perfume type of scent to it. So I have compared this to Chance by Chanel, but this is more perfumey. Not saying that this is a dupe for that perfume, but it kind of puts me like in the mindset of that type of perfume. And it is, you know, it's fruity, but it just has a little more depth to it. So I'm definitely going to be pulling this one out and getting some more use out of it. Sometimes when I do my perfume trays or the fragrance mist that I want to wear, it is often something that I just need to get more use out of, and this is definitely one because the dent in this is not very apparent at all. I did actually really like how the bottle looks, and I'm sorry that some of these bottles are dusty because they have been sitting for probably a year at this point, because I have not pulled them out since the last season that I was wearing them in, so I do apologize about that. But once again, this is Kate Spade TWIRL. So the next perfume we have is Burberry BRIT, and as you can see, this one has a huge dent in it, but I've actually used this one so freely because I did get this in a gift set, and it came with a larger bottle as well as this one. So I went ahead and tried this smaller one out first, just in case like I wanted to sell the other one if I didn't like it. But I actually love this perfume. Like, this perfume is so good. So it has notes of almond, lime, pear, candied almond, sugar, peony, vanilla, tonka bean, amber, and mahogany. This is a creamy citrus perfume. It smells so delicious to me. I honestly feel like you can wear this in the spring and in the summer. Like when you just need that twist of lime, this is just perfect. The lime doesn't like stay throughout the whole perfume as like so strong, but it definitely gives you that like instant citrus burst, which I love. And then it just kind of like dries down to a more creamy citrus. It's not so much like a bitter lime or in your face. It's just something very soft and pretty, but also smells very delectable at the same time. So that is why I cannot wait to pull this out. I did actually randomly pair this with Poppy, and it was so good. Now I know a lot of people compare Poppy to Marc Jacobs Perfect, but in my opinion, Marc Jacobs Perfect is very floral. I don't smell pretty much any sweetness. The Marc Jacobs Perfect that I do enjoy is the intense one, because that one is sweeter and it's creamier and it's way less floral. But if I had to choose, like, you know, like Poppy with this, like that combo was just so perfected, honestly. And I don't even know why I chose to pair those two together. Like sometimes I just pick perfumes and just put them together, but Burberry Brit, this right here is the truth. Honestly, if you love you a good like creamy gourmand perfume, this is definitely it, especially when it starts to get warmer outside. Like, you can pair this with so many fragrances. It's very universal, it's non-offensive, and it just smells so yummy. So next up we have my Moschino Toy 2 Bubblegum Perfume. So I'm sure you guys have seen this perfume a lot, and the moment I seen this perfume, I had to go ahead and pick it up. So I first seen this on Shaughnessy's channel, then I seen it on Vicky's channel, and then Vicky actually sent me a little sample, and I fell in love with this fragrance. Now, a lot of people, when they describe this perfume, they say that the bubblegum does not last on their skin. With me, I feel like the bubblegum actually carries through the fragrance. It of course is not as strong as it is when I first like put it on, but I actually get to enjoy that bubblegum throughout. So I really think it depends on your body chemistry and whether or not that note continues to stand out. But this does have notes of candied fruits, bitter orange, lemon, bubblegum, Bulgarian rose, blueberry, peach, peach blossom, cinnamon, ginger, musk, ambroxan, and cedar. So I actually don't get any of that cedar, and I don't really get musk either. To me, this is like a bubblegum sweet floral fragrance, and I just really enjoy it. I actually went out and bought some Snow Fairy lotion from Lush, which unfortunately they only sell that during the winter time, but I picked up a tub of lotion because I needed to have something since Bath & Body Works didn't give us a lotion for bubblegum pop. But that just causes us to be a little more creative with what we pair with that. But when I wear this fragrance as well as bubblegum pop, I like to just really have that bubblegum essence, because if I'm spraying something that's supposed to smell like bubblegum, I want it to carry. So I do layer those two together. I have layered with Cotton Candy Clouds also. I haven't really ventured out to a bunch of different layering combinations with this perfume or with that fragrance mist, mainly because I really just want to keep the bubblegum aspect of it because it is just so fun to me. But I cannot wait to start pulling this perfume out. I recently got it a couple of months ago from Ross. It was the only one that they had in store, and I just so happened to find it after I didn't have any luck at TJ Maxx. So I really feel like it was meant to be. So once again, that is Moschino Toy 2 Bubblegum. So this next perfume, I'm sure you guys have all seen this everywhere, but this is Ari by Ariana Grande. This is one of my favorite Ariana Grande perfumes because this one is just so delicate. It is pretty, it's soft, it's fruity, it has a little hint of marshmallow, which gives it creaminess. And this perfume can be layered with so many different things. And I want to call this like a generic sweet perfume, but when I use the word generic, I don't mean anything bad about it. I mean that it is very universal and it's kind of like a standard sweet scent, but at the same time, it is just very pretty. A lot of different people enjoy this scent, and it's something that I feel like so many different people can wear. Especially in the spring, it just really gives me a very feminine pink type of vibe when I put this fragrance on. So this does have notes of raspberry, pear, grapefruit, vanilla orchid, rose, lily of the valley, marshmallow, musk, and woody notes. So I like to pair this a lot with raspberry fragrances. I feel like once I put on some type of raspberry lotion or fragrance mist, it really brings out that raspberry. I also like to pair this with strawberry pound cake. For whatever reason, it just really goes together. Like, it just really smells very nice. I'm not sure if it's maybe that marshmallow and that raspberry just kind of playing with the strawberry pound cake and the whipped cream, but this is just so good. I also like to wear this with blush cardigan. That's such a good combo, as well as Autumn Drive. That's another good combo, but of course you can definitely play around with this and do other things with it. But I like to bring out the raspberry, and I feel like it just carries and it just makes this just such a pleasant perfume. This is one that I will be repurchasing once I finally use it up, because this is a scent that literally makes me feel happy when I spray it on my body, and I just really enjoy this one. So this little guy right here, this is Moschino Toy 2. So this is the like kind of base version of Toy 2. Basically the Toy 2 bubblegum is a flanker of this one, I believe. I may be wrong, but that's just how I interpreted it. But this one was actually gifted to me. So this one right here is a pretty spring citrus, kind of sweet, kind of clean type of perfume, and I definitely want to make sure I get use out of this one this spring, because I really need to start using up my mini perfumes a whole lot more. So this one has notes of apple, mandarin orange, magnolia, white currant, peony, jasmine, musk, amberwood, and sandalwood. So this is kind of like a, just like I said, like a clean, crispy type of fragrance. It really puts me in the mindset of spring. I feel like I want to pair this with a lot of different like citrus scents, but this is one that you can definitely just throw on very easily. I have like to throw this one on like if I'm doing errands or if I'm going to the gym or something like that. Like this is an extremely easy reach. They were selling the large version of this at TJ Maxx, so you still might get lucky and find that, but I find that the apple in this is not too offensive for those of us who don't really care for apple fragrances. This one is a really nice one, and the citrus is not too overpowering as well. It does not smell too green to me. I feel like it has the perfect like balance of like a citrus and clean type of scent. So this is definitely one I am going to be reaching for while it starts to heat up outside. So another little guy that I'm going to be reaching for, this is Versace Eros Pour Femme, and this is a very popular fragrance in the fragrance community, especially among us ladies here. So this one I have heard being described as like gummy bears and like other candies and just nice and citrus, but I actually haven't gotten that experience with this perfume. It really does not give me candy, it just gives me citrus. I wish that I could get that type of feel from this perfume, but I have had this for a while, and you can see this is a little bitty bottle and I have not used this up, so I don't know if I'll be purchasing a big bottle of this because I don't know if I actually love it that much, but I do want to give it some more wear and actually give it a try and pay attention to how it smells and just really see if I do actually want this in my collection. But I will say it's not a horrible perfume from what I can remember. This is just like a nice sexy citrus. It's definitely an adult citrus. I feel like the Moschino is a little more playful and this one is a little more grown. So this one has notes of Sicilian lemon, pomegranate, Calabrian bergamot, lemon blossom, jasmine sandbach, jasmine, peony, musk, ambroxan, woodsy notes, and sandalwood. So this definitely has a little more complexity to it, especially with the musk, the wood, and the sandalwood. But this is not too woody in my opinion because I cannot do things that are too woody. I really do enjoy a nice sandalwood note. It seems to be the softer of the woods in my opinion, but we will see how I actually feel about this once more wear out of it. But as for right now, it's okay. I wish I smelled the candy everyone was smelling, but who knows how it'll start to act on my skin once I actually pay attention and wear this a little more often. So this next one, this is Juicy Couture Le Bubbly. This is just a nice spring perfume from Juicy Couture. Of course, I love the bottle so much. That's one of the main things that really drew me into this, but this is surprisingly a long-lasting perfume. Like I could smell this for hours on my skin after the fact. This is just like your bubbly, effervescent, sweet, boozy champagne, and it just really smells like brunch in a bottle. It just smells like having a day out with your girls, or you can even like have a night out with this if you want to. It's just not very, you know, heavy, but it still smells very good. You'll still smell very clean, very pretty, very dainty. I just love this so much. So this one has notes of champagne, wild berries, blood orange, mandarin orange, pink freesia, gardenia, vanilla orchid, jasmine, praline, amber, and woodsy notes. So this is pretty sweet. It's pretty citrusy. It has some berries in there, some creaminess, some floral. It just has everything. This is just such a girly fragrance in my opinion. And it doesn't smell like, you know, too like a dry white champagne. It smells like a pretty pink Moscato or something like that. So if you can get your hands on this and you like those types of scents, definitely get your hands on this. This is unfortunately discontinued now, but you can buy this on FragranceNet, and if you get lucky you might even find it in a discount store. But once again, this is Juicy Couture Le Bubbly. So the next perfume, or should I say EDT, this is the one I was telling you guys in the beginning that I was so mad when I got this bottle, because I realized this was not the pretty bottle that I was expecting, the EDT version that the discount stores were getting, and I unfortunately realized this too late. So it just has a sticker on the front and also a sticker on the back. Yeah, this is just not the bottle I thought it was going to be. If it didn't even have this bow on there, like, that would just be much worse. Like, the bow was actually hiding some of the ugliness for me. But I digress, because we're not here to talk about the aesthetics, but I do enjoy a pretty bottle. But this has notes of sorbet, pear, mandarin orange, cassis, jasmine, orange blossom, vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So despite how this actually looks, I love the juice inside. This smells just so creamy. It's like a orange sherbet. Like, it just smells so beautiful, and I just know the EDP would smell even better than this fragrance. So this is the Juicy Couture Glace, if I didn't say that, but this just smells so freaking good. It smells kind of like a push pop in my opinion. It smells icy. It smells juicy. Like, it smells like it will cool you down on a hot day and you will still smell clean and pretty. So I am excited to actually get some wear out of this perfume and just to really see how it actually performs on the skin. I have not done a wear test on this since I've bought it. It's actually just been in the back of my pink perfume tray, just sitting back there because I didn't want to look at it. But yeah, this one though, it smells very, very good. So where she is lacking in looks, she makes up in personality. So I'm definitely going to be reaching for her this spring. So this next perfume, this is pretty much a sister cousin to Pink Sugar. So this is Jean-Marc Paris Sugar Pop. So they actually have another version out there, which is Sugar Pop Cotton Candy. You would think that that one would be very sweet, but it is not cotton candy whatsoever. I don't know why they call it that. It is literally like perfumey and powdery, and I could not detect any sweetness in that perfume whatsoever. But this one that's just straight up sugar pop and it doesn't have anything else on here, this one is good. It reminds me a lot of Pink Sugar to the point where I don't need both in my collection. But this one is good for those of you that do not enjoy that licorice note in Pink Sugar. You can actually get Pink Sugar without the licorice with this perfume. So that is something to keep in mind if you see this in the discount stores. So yeah, so this one has notes of French black currant, champagne clementine, galbanum, passion flower, jasmine, patchouli, sophisticated sandalwood, modern amber, and vetiver. So I actually don't smell any patchouli in this. I'll have to smell this one again, but it literally smells like Pink Sugar to me. I don't detect much of a difference at all. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to try this one again. I'm actually just gonna see right now if I smell any patchouli. Yeah, so far I don't smell any patchouli at all, and you guys know I'm a patchouli lover, and I'm actually, you know, I feel like I'm sensitive to patchouli in the sense of I can smell it easily, and I don't smell it in here at all. So this is definitely something I feel like is, you know, kind of safe. But if you don't like patchouli, I don't know, I don't feel like you'll smell the patchouli in here even if you don't like patchouli. But you know, that's just kind of in the eye of the beholder. I'm not really sure, but this one is pretty good. It was very inexpensive. but the only drawback is I already had pink sugar in my collection, but that's actually my favorite perfume, so I'm really not mad at it. But I do need to pick this one up a little bit more and get some more usage out of this SUGARPOP. So this next perfume is new to my collection, and I picked this up during semi-annual sale. So this is Victoria's Secret TEASE GLAM. I knew instantly when I smelled this perfume that I needed to purchase it, and I'm so happy that I did. I just instantly fell in love with it. So it gives me like a sweet, clean vibe. Like, it kind of smells like you have just got out of the shower, but you put on something sweet, but you still smell nice and clean, like you wash your hair, you just use some very nice body wash or some bar soap, and then you put on some type of sweet, pretty perfume. That is the vibe that this really gives me, and I love it. Like, I'm not really a huge fan of the bottle, honestly, but it does kind of give me like nostalgic early 2000 vibes, so I guess that's why I can kind of deal with it. But the only notes on Fragrantica were meringue, peony, and juniper berries, so it probably has more, but those are the only notes I could find where on the website that I was on at the time. But this kind of put my theory to rest that I don't like juniper berries, because when I used to have juniper breathe from Bath and Body Works, like there was something in it that just smelled off, and I really cannot even describe what it was. So in my head it was the juniper berries, and I liked that fragrance at first, I remember, but something just happened one day where it just switched and I didn't like it anymore. So I tend to stay away from fragrances that have juniper berries in them. But you know, since I smelled this one, it kind of restored my faith. So I'm just gonna have to keep like smelling different things and doing trial and error with them and seeing if I really like them or not. But this one is so good, and I could not wait to start wearing this. So I'm definitely gonna try to come up with some combos to see, you know, what I can come up with and wear TEASE GLAM. So this is one that I wish I had the lotion for, at least, because I just want to engulf myself in this fragrance. It just smells so, so lovely to me. And last but not least, we have Miss Ariana Grande Thank You Next 2.0. So you guys know, if you have been watching me for a while, the original Thank You Next was okay. I did enjoy the dry down, but unfortunately when I first put it on, I'm one of the people that got that pickle scent, and I just couldn't do it. So I won't be repurchasing Thank You Next, but Thank You Next 2.0, she smells so good to me. So this one is very reminiscent of like Burberry Her or Burberry Her Intense. It just smells so nice to me. Of course, it comes out of the heart, but I just like to keep the heart because I think it just looks cute. But you can see I am almost finished with this. So the next time I wear this, I will more than likely be done. I'm just upset that they only make this 1 ounce size. They don't make a larger one. And there was a time that you could barely find this fragrance. You had to stalk Walgreens website to see if it was in stock. And I remember when my sis actually wrote me and told me like it's in stock, I didn't waste any time. I went ahead and ordered it and got my hands on this, because my stores never carried it. Like, they never got it in store. I was able to get a fragrance mist in it, and I was just like gonna be happy with that if I didn't pick this one up. But yeah, long story short, I'm gonna have to reorder this because I only have about 1 more wear of this perfume. So this has notes of apple juice, wild strawberry, pomegranate, white orchid, jasmine, marshmallow, musk, and sandalwood. So with Ariana Grande perfumes, she has a lot of marshmallow notes in her perfumes. I feel like they help her perfumes to be a little more creamy. But in this perfume in particular, I can smell the apple juice when I first spray it, and then I start getting that lovely wild strawberry mixed with that marshmallow and sandalwood and musk. Once it starts to dry down, the strawberry stays with me the whole time. I feel like the pomegranate helps it to be a little deeper and a little sexier, but overall, I love this perfume, and I always get compliments when I wear it. Somebody's always asking me what I have on. This just goes so well with my body chemistry. And this is also like a very affordable perfume. It is about $35, but I just wish it was larger, because if it was, I would get like the whole thing. I would get a 3.4 ounce if I was able to. But yeah, this is mainly a strawberry type of fragrance. I like to layer this with other strawberry scents, and it just goes so perfectly with those, like with buttercups and berry bellini, with strawberry pound cake. I would love to try this with strawberry snowflake. Like, I feel like this would just be a great addition. So I can't wait to wear this, but I am going to be sad when I use it up. Those are the top 10 plus 1 of the perfumes I am going to be reaching for this spring. These are the ones that I'm just going to be really playing around with, and like always, I'm going to be wearing more things, but I just want to, you know, experiment with these and give these a little love, you know. So let me know down below what perfumes you are going to be reaching for this spring season, since we are officially in spring, even though it is still very much 48 degrees here for me. But you know, I gotta complain about the cold. I can't wait to complain about the hot. But if you guys like content like this, make sure you guys subscribe. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.